Hello, my name is Kieran Jenkins and I am the director of Prom Fever. Instrumental, yeah. I think despite what's been happening over the past year, that they've still managed to set the course up and execute it, is sort of not only inspiring, but something we are also thankful for, especially me, with the partnership with ProCam and their relationship with University of Greenwich. We've just had every available opportunity to make this project the best we can, and I'm just very excited to put all that work to the test when we get on set. Yeah, amazing. I think after such isolation we've all had over the past year, the sudden injection of a high number of talented, wonderful individuals has been a breath of fresh air, well needed. I think one of the good things about this project is that no one is just one role. No one's just an actor. No one's just a set dresser. No one's just any one thing. We've all been able to offer our other skills and develop things that we didn't think we'd get to develop, and it's just been so nice to have that sort of mini community to feed each other compliments. For me personally, certainly the aspect of the crowdfunding campaign. A lot of the stuff I've done in the past has either been really low budget, guerrilla filmmaking-esque, or just sort of financed ourselves. And this is sort of my first steps into that, and I was very concerned about that, and it was such a sort of new world to me. But I think with the talented Taylor Birch and Jackie Sims and Annabelle and really the whole rest of the team, we've got a really structured, solid marketing campaign. I'm really happy with how it's gone out so far, and I think we're well on our way to getting that target. I was pretty much Pooch at school. Yeah, that was me. I think now I'm probably a little bit more like Ollie, but Pooch was basically me since day dot. I broke my arm playing football once when I was in school. I was in goal because I'm horrible at football, and the guy kicked it right towards me, and I decided to block it with one hand, and I shattered my forearm in 3 places. So that was a fun summer for year 7. Oh God, can I say none of them? My tutor at drama school, Chris Pickles, a wonderful director and a very wonderful man. He was my tutor for the whole 3 years, and it was really nice to have that grounded presence, because drama school can be very taxing emotionally and physically. So it's really important that you have that anchor, and he was definitely that for me. Making Prom Fever ow! I dropped my water bottle. In 10 years, I'd still very much like to be doing what I'm doing, making films, being creative. I feel like coming out of this period that we've had, we're on the precipice of seeing a lot of new content, films, theatre. We are on the precipice of big change in this industry, and I'd very much like to be on the other side of that and see where we end up, and seeing what the creative's is like in 10 years, because I think a lot's about to change for the better, I think, as well. Just how much more accessible things are starting to be, like more parts opening up for neurodivergent people like myself, both in the role of the director's chair and in front of the camera too. Like strides we're taking in terms of like sex equality, gender equality, lots of stuff that I'm super not qualified to talk about. I'm hoping now more than ever it will feel more like a community than it has ever done, and that's something that excites me. Yeah, so I'm autistic. I was diagnosed when I was 8 years old. I think certainly since then a lot has changed for me in terms of how I understand my condition and how I cope with it and how I try and integrate myself within, without trying to sound too preachy, move around the confines of society which wasn't built for it, although I think that is getting better. For everyone who suffers with autism, it is different for everyone. Like I said, it's a huge spectrum that everyone may or may not be on, and I think more attention needs to be, sort of more emphasis maybe should be put on the individual aspects of that experience, especially in how we portray it on screen. Yeah, we've got a wonderful mix of people, and I think like what's so great about that is like the mix of experience we've got. I think when we get on the other side of this, like not only will we have a film that we'll be super duper proud of, and I think we'll have something really poignant to say, but I think the experience and the journey we've all been on together, I think people are going to take a lot from that. Or at least that's my hope. I mean, there's certainly been like bumps in the road. Like most places I go, like drama school or like various groups I've been a part of, during the application process of which, like any given place that I had there was always put into question, not because of like what I was capable of, but merely because of the condition. Like the mere presence of the condition caused us for concern, like, oh, are we going to be able to like facilitate this? So it was just nothing to do with like what I could do. Mainly it was coming from a place of like, oh, like autism's this word, like meltdowns this and that, and like again, people don't take into account the spectrum at all. Like we can have like a wonderful conversation one-to-one, and I can sound very professional emails and stuff, but then as soon as the word autism is mentioned or whatever, all of a sudden all that goes away for a second, and it's kind of like, oh god, did you forget I can hold this conversation? I can, yeah, it's there's been a few bumps, but like I would love to make a horror film at some point. I grew up on horror. It's one of my favorite genres. I'm obsessed at the moment. I've been thinking about making a zombie film. I recently did a rerun of The Walking Dead, which I am not ashamed of because it was very cool. And so that's something I've been thinking about. But anything outside of that, yeah, I'm certainly looking into horror for my next kind of thing. I firmly believe if you want something enough, or if you love something, or if you're passionate about something enough, you will not be able to help but make time for it. Do you know what I mean? Like, yeah, I think it's a really hard thing to push yourself out there and be vulnerable like that. But this industry has always, for me, been like, you get what you put into it. Do you know what I mean? You get out of it what you put in. And the stigma of like lots of people try but very rarely people make success of it. Like you have to answer that question for yourself. Like, what is success to you? Because personally, for me, I just want to make films and make content, and like I want to make people happy. Do you know what I mean?